CERN is one of the biggest scientific research centers in the world where they're trying to unlock the secrets of the universe. They say they're searching for answers to how everything began and what holds it all together. But as their experiments get more intense, some people are starting to ask, is CERN really on the side of good? Or could their work be aligning with something much darker? Today we're going to explore whether CERN's actions and symbols hint at a deeper spiritual battle between God and Satan. So let's break it down in a way that makes sense and see what might really be going on behind the scenes. CERN's main mission is to understand how the universe works at its most basic level. They use the Large Hadron Collider, a massive underground loop about 17 miles long, to smash tiny particles together at nearly the speed of light. By doing this, they hope to find new particles, figure out what makes up everything around us, and maybe even discover new dimensions. This all sounds like fascinating science, but here's the catch. When you start digging into the unknown, especially the kind of unknowns that might mess with the basic fabric of reality, it's easy to cross lines that we don't fully understand. The Bible has a lot to say about seeking knowledge and wisdom, but it also warns us about trying to play God or overstepping our boundaries. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Proverbs 3:7, NKJV. In other words, it's great to be curious and want to learn. But there's a fine line between exploring and trying to take control of things that are beyond our understanding. And that's exactly where some people are concerned about CERN. Are they going too far? One of the things that's really caught people's attention is the presence of symbols that seem out of place for a scientific facility. Right outside CERN's headquarters is a statue of Shiva, a Hindu god known as the Destroyer, who represents both creation and destruction. To some, this might just look like an interesting piece of art or a cultural symbol, but for others, it raises a red flag. Why would a place focused on science celebrate a god associated with destruction? In the Bible, destruction is often tied to the actions of Satan, who is seen as a force that disrupts and tears down what is good. The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. John 10:10, NKJV. When you look at CERN's work alongside these symbols, it makes you wonder, is there a deeper message? Are they unknowingly, or maybe knowingly, flirting with spiritual forces that aren't aligned with God? And then there's CERN's logo, which some people say looks like 3 sixes intertwined, a reference to 666, a number mentioned in the Bible as being linked to the beast, which represents evil and opposition to God. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Revelation 13:18, NKJV. This might seem like a stretch, but when you keep seeing these kinds of symbols popping up, it's worth asking if it's all just coincidence or if there's more going on beneath the surface. CERN's experiments aren't just about finding new particles. They're also about exploring things that go beyond what we can see and touch, like dark matter and antimatter. These aren't just scientific terms, they're concepts that touch on the invisible and the unknown. The Bible reminds us that there's a whole spiritual world out there that we don't always see, but it's very real. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Ephesians 6:12, NKJV. If CERN is opening doors to new dimensions or tapping into forces that we don't fully understand, the question is, what else might come through those doors? Are they opening the floodgates to something we're not prepared to handle? Just like in the Bible when Satan tempted Jesus by offering him all the kingdoms of the world if he would just bow down, it seems like there's a risk of CERN being tempted by the promise of ultimate knowledge and power, things that might come at a high spiritual cost. Again, the devil took him up on an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, "All these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me." Then Jesus said to him, "Away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only you shall serve." Matthew 4:8-10, NKJV. Are they being lured by the same promises of power and knowledge without considering the consequences? The Bible is full of prophecies about the end times, warning about a rise in deception, false teachings, and a global conflict between good and evil. As CERN pushes forward with their experiments, it's hard not to see some connections with these warnings. In Revelation, there's a dramatic description of a great war in heaven, where the forces of good and evil clash, and war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. Revelation 12:7-9, NKJV. Are CERN's experiments, whether intentional or not, part of this larger spiritual battle? When we see their work in light of these ancient prophecies, it raises some serious questions. Are we just exploring science, or are we also fulfilling parts of the biblical narrative without even realizing it? CERN is at the crossroads of science and spirituality, and it's up to us to stay informed and keep asking questions. Their work has the potential to bring about incredible discoveries, but it also comes with the risk of crossing into dangerous spiritual territory. As these experiments continue, it's more important than ever for us to remain vigilant, prayerful, and discerning. The Bible reminds us to seek wisdom from God, especially when faced with complex and uncertain situations. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. James 1:5, NKJV. So let's keep seeking God's guidance, praying for wisdom, and being watchful as CERN and other scientific pursuits unfold. We're in the middle of a real spiritual battle, and the choices we make today will shape our future. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that dives into the intersection of science, faith, and the unknown. What do you think about CERN's role in all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. Stay curious, stay prayerful, and keep seeking the truth.